Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Mr. Classy here. Today I'm going to be showing you some new PvP footage that I racked up in the Swamp server. I haven't came out with too many PvP videos lately because Mr. Exclusive isn't really that well geared, and also he's been in heals for a while. I turned him into melee, and it was so hard to find groups. It was so frustrating because I wanted to still get souls with him. So I decided to turn him back to heals, at least until update comes. I know there's been a lot of speculation about this new update. A lot of people are talking about races and things like just kind of crazy things. It seems like what's came out so far, here's my opinions on it. It seems like a lot to have come out for one update. For as long as I've played, I haven't really had an update that big. I think the biggest one I've ever been a part of was the SPL PvP update, which was a pretty big update, but there was no level cap, there was no massive amounts of new weapons and things like that. It was just, I don't really see it coming out with all that at one time. I mean, if it does, then that's awesome, but it's going to be a giant update. Like, I'm kind of surprised it's going to be that big. You're going to see, while you're watching that, I do say I want new people. I was in 2v2 queue, and this is our 4th match against them in a row. Sir Hadley and Angel Eyes. So I was getting a little tired of it. I like to have fun with new people, PvP with new people. So, and actually, just so you guys know, most of my groups don't actually come from me looking around GM or something like that. It's just kind of random. Sometimes I even post on Global, and I'll be like, hey, I'm queuing up for 2v2. Queue up by yourself and you could have me as your partner or something like that, like something dumb. And it actually gets a lot of people to queue because at least on the Swamp server there is no well-geared people besides probably about 10 or 15 that even are full epics. There's a few that are like 6 of 6 and that's really about it. There's no PvP governed people, I should say. If you go to AF or something like that, I take trips there all the time to have fun with some PvP, get you guys a lot of PvP footage. So, I do take trips over there. I'll probably be taking one soon. I'm not too sure when. I want to take one before the update comes for one last go at PvP. So, probably be within the next week or so. I'm going to take a trip over to AF for some PvP and just kind of mess around, have fun. Because I like to switch between those two servers, all my friends are here and everyone that I know, but AF kind of has more going on, so if I really want to get hardcore soul farming or I want to make sure I get dailies fast or groups fast, I know I can just kind of bring them over. I'm not sure if I might actually bring exclusive or, yeah, I'm going to probably bring exclusive over, just because it's a little easier to find groups of seals here, especially with not as many well-geared people. Most people, if I ever post on Global Monk looking for group, most of the time I get snatched up pretty fast. Just because people know that I do know how to heal. I didn't just buy all my gear. I didn't farm it. Like, I didn't farm my PvP gear or something like that. The problem with Swamp server PvP is it's actually all farming. If you are from Swamp server, you'd know that. So sadly, most of the time, it is people transferring to our server just for PvP farming, and that's it. So as you can see, we keep getting the same guys, and we're just looking for new ones, and it just started getting tiring after a while. I think we went until exhaust, fighting the same people. We won every time, and then we were like, alright, we're done. Just because I like to have some arena points saved up. I was going to save for the PvP staff, because it's the only thing I really don't have that I want. I don't have the trinkets, but I actually prefer the trinkets I have on. I have the T2 heal trinket, the Divine Breath Amulet, and the Power on Guard. That adds almost 700 health. It adds about 690 because it's 35 stamina on the Power on Guard and 34 on the Divine Breath Amulet. So that's just a ton of stam. I have 8.2 thousand or 8.2k health with the Warrior buff, with my gear setup that I do have. So I'm pretty content with it. I don't want the robe at all, actually, just because this robe has about the same amount of stam, and it just, to me, has a lot more benefits. I was actually looking for the monk right there. I figured he was waiting behind there because I didn't see him, but it's like, damn, went right by me. So I don't want the robe. For my spec, at least, I'm more not really PvP spec'd. That's the good thing about Swamp, I guess, is I can go there and kind of just mix and match PvP and PvE. My spec is basically straight PvE. I have the stun for Mantis, and that's actually it. One thing I do recommend, guys, is keeping it at level 1. If you actually keep level 1 Mantis, it does the same amount of stun time and things, but it doesn't cost as much mana, which, especially if you are PvP geared, you'd know that that's pretty big. And here I'm going to switch over to some 4v4. Merlin is actually part of one of my groups. He has a bunch of alts too that we kind of just alternate and do everything. I do have pots before anyone says anything. I had them for when I was in AF, and I haven't used them since I came here. They're always nice to have though. Kind of funny, I'm actually pretty vain about my score, so I'd be very mad if I lost, because especially in Swamp server, it's not really too many PvP geared people. Most of it is farming, like I said. So if I had one loss, I'd be pretty disappointed. I do team with random in 2v2 though, so I will literally pick up anyone that is 0-6 or something like that, and I'll PvP with them to have fun. I know last night I went in PvP with a DPS warrior, but he was 0-6, had a Roaring Horn and a Kermode tier. He was repping the Floating Cloud Stick from ETL 4v4, so I will PvP gear with almost anyone. I don't even think he had Silence spec, so if we fought a monk, I don't know if he'd be able to do it. So, but at the same time, I mean, I haven't really found anyone here in this server that can really kill me easily, at least. And I guess we crashed a farm, and that's not really too surprising. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, I didn't know that there was a farm going on, because there wasn't no post on Global for a while saying, hey, farm, looking for one more, so I figured, alright, no farm, let's queue up. So when we queue up, I was like, alright, well, guess the Raging on Global starts, because that's what they do. That's what okay, I understand you farm your gear and everything. Totally cool, like, but there's a couple rules that you have to follow. I think there's 2, actually. My first rule about farming PvP is you farm until you're 4 of 6. At that point, learn how to play your freaking class. I'm so sick of these 6 of 6 PvP gear people with almost everything else PvP, and then they have no idea how to do anything with them. Like, I think it's so funny fighting a Ranger or a Sin that has all PvP gear, and they have no idea what the fuck to do with it. It's like, are you serious, man? That was crazy. I remember that. Sorry. I just went through the wall, and I tried it again a couple matches, and it didn't work. I got excited. I was like, no way, I found a glitch. Sorry. Alright, my next rule about PvP farming is it's okay to PvP farm, have fun with it, but don't do it if someone else decides that they want to PvP. Like, I understand that you want to get your gear too, but, I mean, I want to get some PvP points, and I'm not farming for them. That takes way too long. It's boring. I'd much rather, I guess, crash your farms. It's not too hard, but at the same time, just have fun with PvP. There's no point in PvP gear if you farmed it, in my opinion. Hate to say that. Unless you farmed it for a weapon, because the PvP weapons were really good when they came out. Like the 2 claws that melee monks have, they're both very good compared to the Kermode and the Bloody Claw, especially because the only other ones you can get is an unalloyed guitar, and they are not geared at all. So yeah, so that's okay if you're just trying to get the PvP weapon. Alright, I understand. But if you're trying to get gear, then come on, let's actually PvP. So main point about the second rule about farming is farm until someone else decides that they want to PvP for real. Then you either better step up and PvP, or just quit queue. It's pretty simple to me. I'm sorry that we crashed your farms, but come on. There's a point to player versus player. It's not, let's just kill each other and get points. And I think there's a funny story I got with it. I had this one person, he PM'd me and was like, hey, you want a PvP farm? And I was like, why? I was like, there's really no point to that. It's like, I understand if you're just trying to get a weapon. He goes, it's the best gear in the game. And, oh my god, I can't tell you, I laughed. I was like, that is the epitome of not wanting to even learn about the game. They think that PvP gear is the best one in the game. And I was like, no, man, I'm sorry. T2 from GSO and SPL is. And he told me, no, it's not. PvP gear is better. I couldn't believe it. But you know what? I wasn't going to argue with him. There's really no point. It just made me laugh. I can honestly say PvP gear is not the best gear in the game. This part's actually kind of funny. I remember this. I don't know if anyone else saw the monk. I know I did. So I was like, hey, what's up there, Spirit? So I decided to have a little fun with him because obviously he's AFK. He's not going to be doing anything. Start coming at him. And everyone else is looking for him. I didn't want to say anything because I thought it was kind of funny. And I wanted to get some funny footage for this. But so just to kind of wrap up what I was trying to say before, my first rule about PvP farming is farm until you're 4 of 6, and at that point learn your class. Don't do any more, because then you're not really earning it. I mean, farming, I don't agree with farming your gear. I understand farming a weapon, but because if you're only going to be using it for PvE, then I understand. And then second rule is you can PvP farm, have fun, but do it until someone wants to queue, and then man up or quit. I didn't want to say the other thing I wanted to. So, and in all honesty, these people could have PvP'd with us. One of them has lava staves, T2 wings, or T2 shoulders, and T2 robe. Like, jolted back there. Yeah, he definitely could PvP, I guess. I mean, Spirit, come on. I see your robe and your shoulders already. Let's get some PvP. You guys could jump in 2v2, and I bet you can give me a run for my money. Be a little fun. I could run with any one of them right here. The only class I don't like running with are tanks. Mainly because it's kind of boring. They don't deal enough damage. And they don't really die, especially if they have a healer. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I didn't know about this. Actually, how he kept moving. I'm not sure if I got it in the video, but if you press the home button and then reopen the app, it actually makes it so you can move, apparently. I haven't tested that out. I just kind of took his word for it, but I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, see, here we go again. Same exact thing. You see Jolt come out. Alright guys, so that is actually going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more PvP videos when I head on to AF. I'm going to be doing some different things with the channel. And like if you like this video, comment what you guys thought, and I will talk to you later.